be into diplomatic ease, and what Obama is doing with his phone and his pen is more damaging to our Constitution as well as to our economy than even what is being done at that level. And then he goes to those meetings or sends his representatives to those meetings and brags about how much he is implementing. And they love it. I mean, I've been to meetings when John Kerry was still a U.S. Senator, and he would go over there and he would be treated like a king because he was pushing the green agenda. And so they just keep beating away until people finally just capitulate. The big battle we've got, one of the big battles we've got going on in Austin right now, one is concerning amnesty, Austin in Fort Worth. The Texas solution. Well, it was chucked down our throats 2 years ago. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. But they keep beating us and beating us and beating us over the head until people say, all right, all right. You know, but as soon as you give up, you've lost everything. And, you know, you just cannot, unless someone can come to you with scientific evidence, you know, there are more storms. You know, there are more whatever, and it's being caused by this. It's not happening. As a matter of fact, let me close with this. There's a man, and I highly recommend his books. His name is Roy Spencer, and he was with NASA. Today, he's with the University of Alabama. And he's written a number of books concerning this issue, and he's not one of the scientists who is afraid to stand up and say, you know, this is just not happening. But one of the books, two of them I'll talk about. One was, the theory is that with greenhouse gases being emitted, they're trapping heat on the Earth. And most of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are water vapor. We're not going to do anything about that. Carbon dioxide is just a teeny tiny amount, and you know it's not going to, as I say, in the historical past, has been much greater, and so we're also neglecting another thing that Robert Spencer points out in this one book. Cloud cover. Do clouds actually cool, or do they trap heat? Well, if you look at the biblical model, God gave the Israelites in the Sinai a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. I think the fire was to warm them as well as give them light, but that cloud was to cool them. You go along the roads in Texas, where do you see the cows? Or I love to see the llamas or the longhorns or, you know, whatever. They're in the shade when it's 105 outside. Now, so that's one theory that he totally takes to task. And then the other one that I found most interesting, one of his more recent ones, and he is such an accomplished scientist and so recognized for his scholarship. But the other one is that carbon dioxide that is being emitted, yeah, we've got more of it, but you know what? It's escaping into the atmosphere. It's not being held by clouds or anything else. It's escaping into the atmosphere. So I thought those were a couple of good points that he made. But anyway, on trade treaties, just ask the congressman to say no to them, and also, if ever there is going to be any treaty with a foreign nation that they are going to have to approve, it should be 2/3 of the U.S. Senate, according to the U.S. Constitution.
Thank you, Cathie. You're going to be available to talk a little bit. Sitting here outside for when we're done here. Just to close.